Morning, welcome to you both. It's lovely to see you both here in the GroupM studio on the Martinez Rooftop at Cannes. So we're here today to talk about platform magic, to debate whether modern marketing has gone too far in trading imagination for validation, and then to talk about how brands, both your wonderful brands, are putting the magic back into advertising. So it's all about crafting experiences and outcomes that sort of transcend the ordinary and leave a positive, lasting impression on consumers in such a super competitive, as you know, and crowded environment. So we're going to talk about evoking emotions and nurturing connections. And of course, we're in business. We're going to talk about driving growth. So before we start mining for magic, can you please both introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what you do? So, Parul?
Sure. So, hi, I'm very excited to be here. My first time at Cannes, and I'm loving the vibe and the magic. My name is Parul Patel Desai. I am currently the Vice President Marketing for the Greater Indochina Hub for Colgate-Palmolive. I represent today here a very talented group of marketeers, in the countries that I manage. And they're all rooting for, our campaigns to win, which have been shortlisted.
Come on.
So I hope we do. And thank you for having me here.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining us. And Milad?
Hi, good morning. And thank you very much for having me here today. I'm so excited for this event. It's my first time at Cannes. And so far, it's so exciting and lots of learning. The problem, how much can we take with us back home? So my name is Milan Rouhana. I'm the Managing Director for Middle East Africa at Perfetti van Belle. And for everyone who knows our lovely products, we have Mentos, Chupa Chups, Frutella, and you name the rest. I live in Dubai and I manage Middle East and Africa, where all the fun and all the challenges comes up. So hopefully I will be able to share a bit of what we do in these markets, especially that creativity plays a big part of what we do.
Wonderful. That's what we like to hear. So I'm going to ask you the first question, and it's about having a culture of innovation in a business. So for that to thrive, a business needs to invest in it and champion it from the very top. And that's the only way, I think, that you can generate new ideas that go beyond everyday marketing. So tell us a little bit about the ideas culture at Perfetti, if you would.
Creativity is key. Innovation also is very important. And if we look into how we keep on getting those innovation and ideas, we have 4 pillars that we focus on. The first one is the group. We believe innovation is in the core of whatever we do. And we believe and we support big time the entrepreneurial spirit. Because once you have the entrepreneurial spirit, people work in a different mindset and they give all what they have. So, and there's no limits to follow guidelines. No, give all what you can to make the business successful. So highly like what Perfetti van Belle believes in. Second pillar for us is we embrace growth mindset. And coming from the Middle East and Africa region, where all the challenges are there, and we call it, and everyone calls it the VUCA, where volatility, ambiguity, and uncertainty is always there. In such environment, if you go by the book, you will never be able to keep on growing, and then you'll end up giving excuses. For us, we embrace the growth mindset, and this is why we have to be creative. We have to generate and rejuvenate ourselves on a daily basis to overcome obstacles. Third one, we work on a diverse team, and diversity plays a big role to come with new creative ideas. Because especially when we work on a simple vision, everyone is working towards the same direction, the same objective. So coming with different, diverse team comes with new ideas. And last, which is very important for us, is that we accept and we support people to come with new ideas. And here comes the test and learn. Because creativity without testing, without learning, there's no creativity. It will end up. Then you go by the book and play extremely safe. So we let people try, take calculated risk, and they will do mistakes. But we need to learn from our mistakes to do better later on, and this is part of our culture. Putting all the 4 pillars together drives the creativity in our organization.
Lovely. I love I love the idea that to thrive, to succeed in a very disruptive environment like that, you have to let people take risks. That's really nice to hear a marketer say that. So Parul, I think, so we think, I suppose, in media that mining for magic happens in kind of one of two ways. So using traditional media in a new way. And if I think of an example at Cannes here this year that really represents that, one of our other clients, DoorDash, I don't know whether you saw during the Super Bowl, gave away everything that was advertised during the ad break, and they've been shortlisted for that campaign here at Cannes, so we're very excited. So that's a really kind of simple way to disrupt traditional media, or I guess another way to do it would be to use new technologies to innovate. And as we're in France, and as the Euros are on, a great example of that was the French telco brand Orange. Last year, they made an ad to support their sponsorship of the women's football team. Now, the insight that was based on was that people who think women footballers are not as good as men have actually never watched women play football, which comes as no surprise. And so they augmented footage of the female players, turned them into men, and then that went absolutely viral because you could see they were just as skillful, they were doing all the same tricks, and it was just as entertaining, if not more. So do you recognise those routes at Colgate-Palmolive? Which of those would you say is more your vibe? And do you have an example of work that you could share?
Sure. So at Colgate, you know, what we feel is that it's not just about traditional media or new media. It's how do you create a campaign that will create engagement at scale and is relevant to people. So we really think about using media in a way that will break through, and then also seeing how we could infuse it with new cutting-edge technology that will further drive even higher quality engagement. So let me give you an example. It's one of our campaigns that has been shortlisted here. It's called the Smile Activation Campaign, which was launched on World Smile Day last year. And, you know, it all started with the insight. And what we realized is that one of our muses who was featured in our whitening campaign was actually cyberbullied because she didn't have a perfect smile. She had a gap in, which was visible and noticeable. And that led us to churn and mine for even more insights on traditional social media platforms. Yeah. And we found many people like her who were conscious of their smiles, were not smiling fully, you know, because either their smiles were toothy or gappy or just not perfect. At Colgate, we believe everyone's smile should be celebrated. And that's what led us to then, you know, launch this really very, very engaging campaign where we sort of mined with technology, various different types of smiles. And then once a person took a photo of their smile, their unique smile, that unique smile actually came alive on our Colgate brand logo.
That's clever.
So our logo then represented unique smiles of people. And then we went ahead and launched this on this iconic World Smile Day, where we got people to share their own unique personal smile stories, take a photo and publish their unique smile, which came alive on our Colgate brand logo. I did the same, you know. And what this generated is more than 1 million unique smiles across social media. We then launched this on outdoor, used influencers to further share more stories, and created a lot of engagement and conversation for the brand. So that's a really good example of how we use, you know, the right insight, traditional media, but powered by new technology to create engaging, impactful campaigns.
I mean, that's such a brilliant example, isn't it? It's completely end-to-end. I mean, I love things that you actually even use the logo. Yeah. That's so clever. And we have everything crossed, everything crossed. Don't with me, lads. Come on for that this week. So today we're talking about creating magical campaigns, but in particular that are super relevant to platforms, maybe campaigns that could only work on those platforms and are inspired by them. So do you have an example from Perfetti that you could share with us?
Sure, there's an example that is so close to my heart. Chupa Chups is well known for the fun. We are there to bring fun to every house, to every person. But talking to a young generation is not easy. No. Especially these guys are so smart and they have access to everything. Plus, they are developing by the day, and they're ready to access new things, and they're ready to change their mind the second day. So for us to be able to communicate with them and get them attracted, it's difficult. Between Wavemaker, our agency, and my marketing team, they worked very closely together to understand the consumer and the people they want to reach, which are the young generation. And they found out that they all stay most of their time on the technology, using TikTok, using Snapchat, and they use it not like the grown-ups do. These guys, they use it to learn, to buy, to interact. So it's everything on these two platforms. So on the other hand, the team together, they thought about how can we use these two platforms, link it to the Gen AI, and let these guys create their own world of fantasy where AI will help them to do that. So they combined the three technologies together using two platforms and AI, and it was a very successful campaign with millions of UGC. And the guys were very happy to see that we're boosting what they did. We gave weekly winning, and the top at the end we had the 3 top winners. Here I want to highlight a point that taking the call on going with such innovative idea was not simple. Going into AI was just launched, and all of a sudden we say let's join everything and launch a campaign using AI. But this is where we took the calculated risk. And if we didn't do it, we couldn't interact and attracted the young generation the way we did now. And because of the success we had, but we got lots of learnings. We're reflecting on all the learnings, and now we're going into a 2.0 generation where we will be launching soon.
We're really looking forward to seeing the 2.0 version. Have a look at that campaign. I mean, the images. I think what was incredible was that, you know, children imagine all these fantastic worlds in their minds, and then to actually be able to bring that to life with the brand. I mean, and the pictures are really, really beautiful. It looks so lovely on social. So, yeah, we love that campaign. Very proud of that work. So, Parul, at Wavemaker, we are passionate about media creativity. Our own unique blend of creativity, so not the kind of advertising agency kind, but our own beautiful media kind. And we really believe, as you were saying earlier, as both of you have said, that you need that creative edge if you're going to do something extraordinary, find the magic, drive growth. So I think our industry is obsessed with efficiency. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that message can get lost. So how do you inspire your teams to keep mining for magic beyond efficiency at Colgate-Palmolive?
Again, very good question.
Thank you.
You know, the business reality is that we will want to maximize our reach, and we want to do it efficiently. That's just the reality of business. But it's not possible if you don't have fantastic, outstanding creative. So the trick for us, or what we keep pushing towards, is very strong collaboration between the creative agency and our media platform partners. This collaboration must come right up front when we are creating the jobs to be done. Because it's at that point where all the right relevant insights must come into play. What's the right day to launch? What's the right channel to launch? If this is the insight or this is the tension, is there something, you know, that will marry it with media? So that must happen upfront, where the creators of the campaign, both storytelling and media, must sit together to craft their jobs to be done so that we know how to do it right. So I'll give you an example of a campaign that is extremely close and dear to my heart. It is our equity campaign it's the Colgate equity campaign from Thailand. It's called IMSU. IMSU, the word, stands for, you know, the fighting smile. This is a perfect example of how, you know, we bring to life our brand purpose, which is Colgate believes everybody deserves a future to smile about. Now, in a land full of smiles, you know, the IMSU smile is the smile we like to bring alive, because that's really that smile which, you know, people sort of show at a time when life is tough, because then that really is that strong Colgate smile, you know. So what we realized is we've been running this campaign for many years, and, you know, we needed a new way to break through to further generate more interest, more conversation. And we realized that, through this good, strong collaboration, that Mother's Day is actually a very strong tentpole activation day in Thailand. So this time, in our campaign, we wanted to feature a mom who had a very powerful story to tell. And that's when we found Moonshadow. She's actually a Thai professional boxer, but she's also a single mom. And the story really was about how, she gave up her Thai boxing career because of an unwanted pregnancy, and then how she fought back and then came back to fighting while itself, raising her child. So it was a powerful story. It had to be told beautifully, creatively, so a beautiful film was created. But there's no point in creating good film if you can't launch it at scale and people don't see it. Yeah. So the campaign came alive, that we launched it on Mother's Day, on time. Her story was so beautiful, so powerful that she was invited by news channels to come and talk about it, and she talked about this IMSU fighting, spirit of hers. And we kept supporting her through this. So 2 months later, she then was fighting her biggest fight of her life, and we decided to again sponsor that too. She didn't win, but what fans really cheered was her IMSU spirit, and we talked about it, and we got even more engagement with that. So that is really what's fantastic. You don't lose your core creative idea, but you be smart about how you would, launch it, generate conversations around it, and scale it. The beauty of this campaign is that it consistently delivers very good engagement, very good ROI through MMM, learnings that we have. And more than anything, it drives our core brand attributes of distinctiveness and trust. So if I have to sum this up in a very simple way, very strong collaboration between the creators of a campaign upfront, and then really sort of having the courage to collaborate together so you launch this at scale for impact.
Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you. I think we're out of time, but I just want to say a huge thank you to both of you for joining us this morning on the GroupM Rooftop. Talk about platform magic, lots of inspiration, lots of ideas. I know it's both of your first time at Cannes. We're going to go watch the Olympic torch come by now. And I hope you both have a really wonderful week here. It's been a pleasure to meet you and talk with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.